I know. But that little, the Chechen Chimaev. Hey, we need to talk about this. One more thing before we get out of here. We need to talk about Mr. Chimaev. All right? Let's talk about this guy. I keep hearing Chimaev this, Chimaev this, Chimaev that, but what does the history and facts say about Chimaev? And you guys are media, you should know this. Chimaev fled Chechnya with his family because, an oppressive warlord dictator that killed people indiscriminately. No hate on him. It's your country. He goes back to Chechnya. He goes back to Chechnya because somebody wants to buy him a G-Wagon. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll be that whore. I'll do it. I'll bend the knee for you, man. I like G-Wagons. And then what happens? The leash gets way too tight. And you know what? I think the U.S. government kind of looks at him like a terrorist now. Why? Because people get all the time in Chechnya and they completely violate human rights. So now Chimaev's scared as shit. Like, oh man, dude, I wanted to be a whore, but I didn't want to go full tip. Now he fucking flees to somewhere in the sand pit. And now he's hiding out in the sand pit.
Sean Strickland, your old friend, has been tweeting about you since the fight. He said that when you were in the gym together, he would actually out-wrestle you and be better than you in the wrestling over 4 rounds.
Bro, Dricus take him down many times, but how can he take me down? Come on. This guy, I beat him everywhere and striking, but this guy just talk too much.
And now, what does he do? Chimaev, what does he do? He has a Bitcoin scam, and he scams all his fans. And let me tell you guys something. I had the same Bitcoin scam offered to me. It was like 200,000, and I was saying, fuck you, dude. I'm not going to scam my fans. I don't need money that bad. But that's what Chimaev did. So, yeah, Chimaev, you can fight. You can fight. You got a beard. But let history record it as you, sir, are a... You fled a country, you went back and you got buddy with a dictator and you fled again. Doesn't matter how good of a fighter you are and will always be a f***ing whore. That's a good one, right? Clip that, send, post.
So, he's funny guy. He's working with, what is his name? Buratino or what is it?
Yeah, Paulo Costa, yes.
Paulo. I make them together.
And to answer your question about the little Chechen too, let's set the record straight. This man fled his country. He went to Sweden, he had a great life. Australia welcomes a lot of immigrants, and I respect you, but the immigrants in Australia assimilate and become Australian, and goddamn, I respect you all for that. But this man goes back to Chechnya. Off a dictator, him off, lets his son beat him up, and the leash got too tight. Too many G-Wagons. He was collected on. And when it came down to go a little deeper and a little more, this little ran to somewhere in the Middle East. And then he goes and sells a Bitcoin scam. Chimaev can fight, but sir, you are not a man. The world knows you as not a man. You will never be a man, you little Chechen.
Sean Strickland strongly criticizes Khamzat Chimaev's connection with Chechnya's leadership, suggesting that fame and luxury pulled him back toward people he originally escaped from. He argues that Chimaev became trapped by those relationships once his popularity grew. Khamzat dismisses Sean Strickland's criticism by focusing on fighting results, arguing that Sean couldn't dominate him in wrestling or striking the way he claims. The exchange quickly becomes personal, with both fighters attacking each other's character instead of just discussing competition.
Магомед Анкалаев в интервью мне рассказывал, что Шона Стрикленда тяжело удержать на земле. Ты же работал с Шоном в Америке, так ли это?
Magomed Ankalaev told me in an interview that Sean Strickland is really hard to keep on the ground after a takedown. You worked with Strickland before. Do you agree with that? The assessment that it's really hard to keep him down?
Не знаю. Я держал его, я душил его, бил его, все. Он хороший боец, средний, знаешь, не знаю, духовитый парень. Хамбой какой-то, знаешь, как из фильма. Так, бля, если технически сравнивать нас, я на другом уровне. И в борьбе, и в грэпплинге, и в стойке.
I don't
Так, сам он боец, реальный боец. Не будет там сидеть, просто ждать. Будет вперед, как я. Хочу подраться с любым. Хочу с Шоном Стриклендом тоже подраться. Хотя мы тренировались, у нас нет таких непривязанностей, каких-то драк, ничего не было. В зале тренировались, спарринги делали. Вроде нормальный чувак. Но деньги заработать с ней любым поделюсь.
You know, I mean, I've taken him down, I've held him down, I've choked him, I've punched him. I mean, I've done all those things, so I don't see anything, you know, something special about him. Basically, he's a fighter's fighter. He's a good fighter. You know, if you look at him, he's like a, you know, an American cowboy, like from the movies. That's the kind of guy he is. But, you know, we've done our work in the gym together, and if they offer him to me, if I can fight him for the belt, that's what I'll do. You know, I make the money, get the belt. I have nothing against him. I think that if you compare us on the skill levels wise, I'm levels above him. I'm in a whole different stratosphere from him. So, you know, he's not a threat to me. But you know, he's a good guy. He's a good fighter. And if I can, I'd fight anybody. I'm ready to fight anyone. So if there's a belt there, I'll fight him, no problem. Even Strickland.
Do you think that the winner of this fight should jump Imavov for a title opportunity?
I don't know, dude. I mean, here's the thing, dude. Do I think that, like, you want to see two terrorist Muslims fight each other, right? Like, what? No one gives. I mean, again, more than likely, Chimaev's gonna take down Imavov and just dry hump him for, you know, and nobody gives a fuck about two foreigners fighting.
And what do you think of Sean Strickland? I know you guys have trained together in the past. Do you think that's a good matchup for you?
Well, much is good for me, man. He makes money.
Yeah, life's weird, man. So when you're talking about Chimaev going to the White House, you know, he's best friends with like a warlord dictator that murders people. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if this administration puts a terrorist on the White House card. I guess the perfect person to fight him would be me, right? The last real American in the UFC.
The fight people always thought was going to happen was you and Israel Adesanya for the title, but now Sean Strickland's the champion. What did you think of Strickland's win over Adesanya?
Actually, I was thinking about if Easy not knock him out, he gonna win, but it's happened. He couldn't knock him out first round. I was thinking if the guy just pressure him, Easy gonna get tired. Because all these guys, Easy fought, they play easy game. So Easy good on his game, you know, and just do it technique. Don't need to care about just like Sean Strickland went in like me, you know. Straight in the punch.
You have obviously made the case for the Khamzat fight. I feel like it's probably one of the biggest fights in the division.
Yeah, no, I mean, nobody who wants to see two little go at it. You want to see a real American fight this little Chechen whore in American soil. This is a fight that needs to happen.
Do you think he can do what you did tonight to both Dricus du Plessis and Sean Strickland, no matter who it is?
I don't know, but I can't say anything right now, so I'm not, you know, like, specialist sit here and I gonna do this, that, but I'm gonna do my best job I can do. So it can be same way, maybe harder way, don't know.
Yeah, I hate to spoil it for you. I don't think you're going to get on the White House card.
I mean, dude, who knows, dude? You know, I mean, you know, no, dude. Maybe I gotta go hang up with Epstein or some shit. I guarantee you, dude. Chimaev would go to a fucking island. That motherfucker's going all day long. That dirty little.
Who do you think is the most deserving person to fight for that belt first?
What?
Who do you think is the most deserving contender to challenge you for that belt first?
I don't care about these things, bro. I just, where they give the money, I fight anyone.
See, did you see Khamzat Chimaev was on a podcast earlier this week, the Jackson podcast, and he was asked about this legendary sparring session you guys had. He said he tapped you out. That's why you hate him.
Bro, I made him quit training. Witnesses in the audience. Where's Eric at? I made him quit. No, dude. We're doing positional grappling, and positional grappling. All right, start on my back, and I was like first round. I let him choke me because it's like no one gives a.
Khamzat Chimaev speaks, much more calmly here, focusing on confidence in his fighting ability rather than personal attacks. He says they've already trained together, and from his perspective, he has controlled Sean Strickland in grappling and overall skill during those sessions. At the same time, Khamzat still gives Sean respect by calling him a strong fighter and comparing him to an old-school American cowboy. Khamzat, meanwhile, keeps a calmer tone and avoids making bold guarantees, saying he simply focuses on doing his best against whoever stands in front of him. The contrast between them becomes sharper. Sean thrives on chaos, confrontation, and emotional storytelling. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section.